This is Kuban Cassius for iPhone TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in Newcastle here for Geordie Raw. With me I have Anthony Joshua, 11th win, 11th KO. First of all, how do you assess Jason Gavern as an opponent?
I think that it's hard to assess Gavin within 3 rounds. Do you know what I mean? He's there to look awkward. That's what he was there to do. What I can take away from it, if you give it a view, is I don't want to fucking say it, but Wilder going 4 rounds, so on how awkward he is to hit, and I found him pretty awkward as well. But after a round or so, when you start letting it flow, you find your rhythm and start connecting with shots, and then it's only a matter of time before you start breaking them down.
I suppose people got to remember that Gavin's 50th fight tonight. You know, his ring experience. You know, he's been in with the likes of whoever he's been in with, and his ring experience is got to show him how to be awkward and how to survive and etc. etc. So it went 3 rounds, and you know,
it's not the best opponent due to like boxing technique and so on. But he's, you know what, he's a very sound geezer. Take my hat off to him for the respect he showed throughout the fight and after the fight. Skill wise, as I said, he was a very awkward customer. 17 stone, weighs the same as me, short and stocky, so he's looking for that overhand right. So I kind of knew what he was going to do, and as I said, when you're shooting that right hand, or you're just ducking under, so I just tried to follow up with a left it to the body, left it to the head, and then as the round started going on, I started cutting him off and finding my range and rhythm, and the awkwardness started becoming a bit easier once I started flowing.
In your 11 fights, when you find your range and rhythm, when is that point in the fight do you realise that this is there for the taking? Is it dependent on who the opponent is?
It's kind of like in the changing room, really. Training hard, we all do that. We all train hard. It's all about mental then when you get in the changing room, how you're feeling when you're walking out. Kind of who you're fighting as well. If I was fighting Klitschko, if Gavin was fighting Klitschko, it'd be a different scenario, wouldn't it? But he knows what I'm an up and coming contender, talented up and coming contender. I know he's a veteran in the sport. So like our respect for each other is kind of different. So I'm comfortable. I go in there believing I can win, I can take him out. With Klitschko, I go in there thinking, fuck me, it's a bit early in my 11th fight. So it's all about timing. And the time I fought Gavin, I believed I could beat him, so I was fine with stepping in that ring with him.
How essential is rounds to you?
It's not essential really.
No.
But before I fight for, like, you know what I mean, a world title, I'd definitely like to go a couple of rounds. But Wilder proved that you don't need to go rounds. So it's down to the opponent and the makeup of the genetics of the person, what their body can handle and what their body can't. I felt good in there. You just saw us. What did we do there on the pads there?
Yeah.
What was that, about 40 minutes?
Yeah, about 30. Yeah,
about 30 minutes.
Between 30 and 35 minutes.
Yeah, non-stop. So the cardio is good, but it's all about under the lights. It's a completely different thing. But you never find out until that's what boxing's about. When's he going to get tested? What's next for him? Who's going to test him? And then we'll find out later on in the future.
But obviously your first time up in Newcastle and a fantastic response and reception you received.
Shout out to all the Newcastle massive, Geordie Raw. You know what I mean? Lively, mate, lively. They're all up there. Everywhere I've been has showed love. You know what I mean? And I only give it back, so it's 100 on both sides.
Back in the gym, fully focused, May the 30th, Kevin Johnson.
We're even trying to get something on May the 9th. Maybe we take a trip to Birmingham.
Yeah, has that been talked about?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah?
You know what I mean? Because early on in my career, early on in many people's careers, it's about building momentum, and mine was halted due to that overuse fracture / stress fracture, whatever one you want to call it. So now we got that out of the way. Get someone else. Kevin Johnson's awkward opponent as well. So I want to build up a little momentum before I get in the ring with him. So I hope I can be out May 9th in Birmingham.
Oh, that's quite interesting. So there could be 2 fights coming up within the space of about 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, speaking of fights, Eddie's just come in now. Hopefully we're talking about when next, and I'm saying hopefully potentially May 9th.
Yeah, we've got the Gavin situation to sort out. Obviously he could be fighting Tim Bradley, so we don't know what's happening with that, but we want to get him on potentially on May the 9th.
Build up that momentum.
Just reading a little bit of Twitter, you know. It's like some people, you know, if he didn't get the stick, he wouldn't be Olympic champion, because that's what people do in this country. He's come back from a stress fracture in his back, 5 months out, and they want him to fight King Kong. But we've got to do it properly. We've got to do it the right way. And when he's got all the belts around his waist, people will look back and go, it was done properly. So,
100%.
You know,
100%.
It's everyone's going to get it. Everyone's going to get it. You just got to be patient. Someone tweeted me and said, he's got to step out. I said, listen, he was close to even not fighting tonight. So he was rusty in there tonight. He's learning. And Jason Gavin's horrible, frustrating, awkward.
That's why I'm not here saying I'm this, I'm that. I'm going to do this to Jason Gavern, I'm going to do that. I'm going through a process. And as I said, once I start beating the people that I shouldn't be doing these things to, that's a 50-50, then I'll start talking a bit more shit. But at the minute, I'm learning.
People say, AJ should be a little bit more nastier. You don't need to be yet. We're learning. He's enjoying the game, he's learning the game. We're travelling all over the country, walking out in front of receptions like that. And everybody, I saw Peter Fury tonight on the Twitter, everybody's talking about Anthony Joshua. Some saying he needs to move faster, some saying he's not quite the real deal, some saying he's unbelievable, he's the future of the heavyweight division. But they're all talking about him. But the great thing is, we'll do it right, we'll do it the right way. Kevin Johnson's a great fight for him on May the 30th. If we would get out May the 9th, great. But you know what's coming after Kevin Johnson?
Yeah.
Just be careful what you wish for. All you heavyweights out there, you can call out the payday. It don't really matter, because this kid is your payday. But be careful what you wish for.
Let me just ask you, I asked him about Dylan White yesterday. He said if Dylan White wants to fight, send over a contract.
Yeah.
Isn't that your job to do, to make that fight?
Yeah, of course. Listen, we know what we're doing.
No, I know that.
If we decide to give Dylan White a payday, great, we're up for that. If we decide to give David Price a payday, great, we're up for that. If we decide Tyson Fury, no, he brings some value. But listen, it doesn't matter. It's only a matter of time. The public are going to get what they want. We just got to do it the right way for Anthony Joshua. And we get led by the trainers and the coaches who will tell us how to progress and how to develop. Tonight, we were supposed to fight Kevin Johnson on January the 31st. So we're backtracked a little bit. He had a little thing called a stress fracture in the back. Most people might not even walk again. Luckily, he's a machine. So we do things right. Kevin Johnson, Dylan White, David Price, Tyson Fury, they're all going to get it. It's going to be so exciting. But let's be British, let's be proud, let's get behind the future of the heavyweight division. Let's not moan, let's not sulk. He's had 10 fights, 11 now. Of course, we want to be stepping up fighting better people than Jason Gavin. Just enjoy the ride, enjoy the show, enjoy the future. Good night.
I think he said it all.
Yeah, oh, do you want to ask me now?
Huh?
Anything you want to ask me?
Well, what did you think about what he said?
Straight up and down. I've spoke to Eddie Hearn about certain fights, and he's been on the phone to certain trainers about certain fights, so it's not like he hasn't been mentioned. This is a fight game, that's what I'm here to do, that's what I train for. Fighting's the fun part. But yeah, everything he says is true. I do things my way. I've been doing it from the start that way as well, do you know what I'm saying? Make mistakes, you bounce back, you get it right, and I'm here now. Listen, I can't complain. I'm in a much better place than I was when I started, so what more can I ask for? And everyone's going to get it at some stage. Everyone wants to fight me, and I'm going to fight everyone as well. But I can't fight them all at once. This ain't WWE wrestling, it's boxing, one at a time.
That's a fair point, that's a fair point. But like I said, everyone has to do what's right for them in their own careers.
100%.
So whether that's Price, White, Fury, whoever it is, Chisora, whoever, they've got their own path mapped out. That may include you, and you've got your own path mapped out. That may include them. So
it does. Yeah. It does. Definitely does include them.
Okay. All right, Anthony Joshua.
Listen, before I go, I want to give a big shout out to my boy Bobby. I know he's fighting in his first fight. He's just had his skill bout, done amazingly well. I just want to wish him luck going into his first contest. It's all about experience, the amateurs. You know what I mean? Keep your head down, your hands firing, a little bit of head movement. You're not the finished article, but just go in there with confidence and come out smiling. That's all you can do. You know, I'm wishing you luck all the way from London, mate. I'll look out for your result as well.
Thank you very much, Anthony Joshua. Congratulations, 11th straight win for you, and on to, well, hopefully May the 9th now.
Yeah, I do hope so. So Birmingham, hopefully I'll see you out there. Back's holding up well. Yeah, I mean, just need to get my sharpness back now, and I'll be good to go. So,
all right, thank you very much.
Respect.